All right, welcome back to the podcast. This is the Inner Edge podcast, and I'm Chris. Uh, I will be presenting this. It's been a while, so welcome back. This one's going to be a little bit more personal. I just wanted to catch you up on what's been going on behind the scenes for me, what I've been focusing on, and sort of what's coming next. Because a lot's been happening. It's been a few months since I've recorded anything for the channel. So first off, I'm still working in the NHS, but things are shifting. I've been heavily involved in leading change towards integrated neighbourhood team working, or INTs. And honestly, it's been challenging, but really interesting. The way that things are moving in the community is exciting for patients, and exciting for the NHS. But I think it's going to be it's a massive shift, and it's one of those things where you're trying to move systems and individuals, and all of that just takes a different kind of energy. Um, it's sort of less about telling people what to do and more about influencing, aligning, and getting people to actually buy into what's happening. I did a short post on one of the things that I'd been out to see in Hinckley, where the yoga loft are aligning the personal training sector, the fitness sector, the charity sectors, and uh, private sector, and what those offers are for NHS. But that should be happening across the country, because that's the way that the NHS should be going. So if you've ever worked in healthcare, you'll know none of what's happening in the NHS is straightforward. None of this change is going to be straightforward either. Alongside that, I'm still working as a personal trainer. I've got a couple of clients at the moment that I'm working with, and they're sort of working towards their goals. But I've had to do more online training than face to face, just because of how busy things have been for me. But that's something I've kept going because it keeps me grounded, it keeps me connected to what actually matters, helping real people make real progress in their health and their fitness. And it balances out the more strategic system level work I'm doing elsewhere. Um, a big focus for me recently has been my coaching apprenticeship, which anybody that follows me or has been looking at what I've been doing lately, is you know that I'm in the final phase of that, and that's going really well. Something that I'm passionate about, helping to develop others. It's something that that I'm happy to do within the NHS, but it's something that I think will help a lot of people that don't have access to it. So it's probably been one of the most valuable things I've done in terms of personal development. Not just learning how to coach others, but actually learning how to listen properly, ask better questions, and help people to sort of see things they couldn't see before. And if anybody's interested, because I am doing the apprenticeship, I have got a few spaces left for people to be coached for free, because it's part of the course. Obviously, it won't be free forever. There will get to a time where I need to charge for this, but at the moment, you could take advantage of it. So if coaching is something that you've been thinking about, whether it's around fitness, career, life direction, or mindset, it's a really good opportunity to sort of have coaching for free, um, and to see where things are going for you. I mean, with 3 months in, 4 months in to the year, quarter of the year gone, and some people might be drifting around this point, thinking, "Gosh, 4 months gone, and sort of things are just ticking along for me." But what is actually, where do I want my life to go? Where do I want the next 4 months to go? What's my next focus? What's my next step? Um, you may even have holidays booked where you think to yourself, actually, I've got sort of 8 weeks where I want to be in better shape a for my holiday. So if it's personal training, then that's something else that we can look into. So reach out to me if there's those things on your mind. Um, with the coaching in mind, one of the highlights from that at the moment for me has been I've helped somebody secure a promotion. Um, but the interesting part of that is it wasn't about giving them the perfect answers. I haven't done anything else other than guide their thinking. Um, it was about helping them recognize their own barriers, helping them see where they were holding themselves back, where their thinking was limiting them, and then identifying what was missing for them. Um, and they managed to come up with those answers themselves. It was just my questions that were sort of how and the space that we hold in that for them to be listened to, for them to be asked the right questions that help them to sort of open up their perspective. So once they saw that clearly, sort of everything changed for them. And the person in question had gone for a couple of interviews prior to the coaching. We did 6 weeks of coaching. He had one interview and got the job. So once he saw that clearly, so everything changed. And that's what good coaching does. It doesn't give you the answers, it helps you to find better ones. Uh, so yeah, mega chuff with that, and mega chuff for him. Outside of work, I've been making a real effort to spend more time with my family, strengthening those relationships with my daughter, with my son, with my wife, with my kids. Because if I'm honest, the the last few months have been chaotic. I think is probably the best word to describe it. Uh, we 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 got puppies, and as great as that sounds, it added a lot of stress to daily life. Morning routines changed, afternoon routines changed, and it was just really difficult. Um, the routine went out the window. Sleep got disrupted. Everything felt a bit more uh, intense. So recently, I've been trying to rebalance that, be more present with my family, be uh, more supportive of my family, and put some energy back into the people that mean the most to me. Um, on the fitness side, I don't know whether you see, but I finished my half marathon, my first ever half marathon, um, and another sportive. So I did a sportive the weekend. I think it was 60k or 80k sportive on my bike the weekend before I did my marathon. Normally, so I wouldn't advise that usually, but just because of the amount of effort. But I know that I can get that distance on my bike quite easily. So I just used it as prep for my half marathon. So my endurance has definitely been my focus for sort of 6 months or so. Then I took a week out to recover properly, which a few years ago I probably wouldn't have done. I probably just on to the next thing. But I'm trying to be a little bit smarter now with my recovery. I'm in my 40s, so I need to. and then I need to sort of look at what that looks like for me in terms of my energy, in terms of managing injuries, that sort of stuff. And the training for the half marathon was no joke. It was, like I say, I hate or hated running. It's not my first choice of fitness. So when when I'm doing that, I've had to sort of look at what my recovery has been, where I got recovery in. So taking that week afterwards to sort of not do any running, not do any training, to have have my baths, to eat properly, to uh, spa, do those sorts of nice things that sometimes can get neglected when you've got a focus, and sleep. Uh, so as I've already said, the dogs were quite um, intense and impacted my sleep. So having that week to just sort of have a lie in and to do to sleep and catch up on that, so needed. But I've now set myself a new challenge. So I hadn't lost the weight that I thought I was going to lose whilst I was training. I lost a little bit, but not the body fat that I wanted to. So over the next 8 weeks, I'm aiming to get down to around 10-15% body fat. Well, I was currently sitting at 23. Sorry, quite. So over the next 8 weeks, I'm aiming to get down to around 10-15% body fat. Currently sat around about 23%. So yeah, we'll see if I can do it. I'll document where I am at the moment, what my baseline scores are on posts in on Instagram and on YouTube. But we'll see if I can do it. Currently about a week in. I'll be sharing all of the progress on my channels. I'll share the training program. I'll share my nutrition, um, and then we'll see where that goes. And yeah, if I have any injuries or if I have any hiccups, then I'll share those too. So yeah, no filters really. The training, the nutrition, what's working, what's not, and then you can judge for yourself. You need to see the process. That's what I think, not just the end result. And then looking ahead, there's some more exciting stuff happening for the podcast as well. So obviously this is an update to tell you what's been happening for me. But I've been doing some things in the background just about having some guests lined up. So we'll be having a sports physio with a boxing background. He's currently working with the London Ballet, or the Birmingham Ballet. I'll clarify. Dancers. He's working with dancers. Uh, by the sounds of it, he's knackered from it as well at minutes. So we'll be having a sports physio with a boxing background on. We've got a professional coach and mindfulness practitioner. We'll be sharing her insights onto coaching, how that can benefit men over 30. And then there's a few more in the pipeline that I'm currently speaking to. So I can't release that yet, but hopefully over the next few weeks we can I'll get some confirmation and then I can share that with you as well. But keep tuned because the channel is will carry on from now. So we'll have one episode a week, whether that's me talking about things that are impacting me or talking around men's health, the things that impact on men's health over 30, or whether we get a guest on. And if you've got any ideas of who you would like on, comment or send me a message. Let me know who you want on. Doesn't have to be a person, it could just be a topic, whether it's an endocrinologist around testosterone, whether it's a GP. Um, yeah, just give me drop something in the comments or message me, and then I'll see what I can do. The aim is to bring in as many different perspectives, but all centered around performance, health, mindset, fitness, growth, from over 30. And then the last, well, no, it's not the last. There's two more things that I'm working on. One is I've started recording a documentary around testosterone, hence endocrinologist. But from my perspective, looking at it through the lens of health, lifestyle, mindset, not just the sort of surface level stuff that you tend to see online at the moment. There's a lot of sort of focus on TRT, and testosterone from men over 30, and I just wanted to just explore it a little bit more, really. Just have a little look at what's happening for men over 30 for this to be so popular at the moment. I've got experience of certain symptoms, and obviously I'm over 40, so I am a bit of a guinea pig, really, just to see what my testosterone levels are, and what else is out there from testosterone management and testosterone advice. So that's a bit of a longer term project, but it's something I'm really interested in exploring properly. And then that'll be out on the channel too. And then the second thing is, some of you probably know that I've got an interest in photography and videography. I'm the part-time photographer for Bedworth United Football Club. So that's still ongoing, as and when I can get down there. As I said, things have been busy lifestyle-wise. But when I can get down there, I'm also interested in doing a project for local heroes, and reaching out for men that are seen as heroes within the local area for Bedworth, Nuneaton, Coventry, potentially Birmingham as well. But I think I want to keep it between Bedworth and Cov, because I'd like to exhibit these portraits within those areas. I'm sort of looking at men that are in the local areas that people look up to, and seeing what their story is, and focusing and highlighting what they do and how they do it. Because some heroes are just normal people. So I want to highlight what they're doing, how they're doing it, and that young men, young boys can have got access to these people. It's just about looking at where they are and what they do, what makes them a hero to other people. So that's the second project. Again, another longer term project, and it's a photography project as well, but it sort of links in with men over 30 and having good role models, having access to like people that are doing good in the world, that that are men. When I grow up, you'd sort of look at police officers, and you'd look at firemen and like the army men, and those were the sort of people that you'd sort of like, oh yeah, like heroes of younger boys. And hopefully this project will sort of do that, show that there are men that are in the local areas that are worth looking up to and worth um, having time for. So yeah, that's where things are at right now. It's a mixture of NHS work, coaching, fitness, family life, building things for the future. Some of it, some of it, a lot of it feels busy. Um, and some of it feels uncertain, really, especially around the projects and stuff. But it all feels like it's moving in the right direction. And if you've been listening for a while, or watching for a while, or following me for a while, um, you'll probably notice the shift over the next sort of few months. It's less about just doing, more about building something meaningful. And if any of it resonates, whether it's coaching, fitness, or just figuring out your next step, feel free to reach out, comment, engage with what's out there. Um, so yeah, always. I'll catch you in the next episode. Um, yeah, it should be out either Sunday at 7 or Monday at 7. And yeah, if you've got any topics that you want me to cover, feel free to drop those in the comments. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Take care.